Greetings, Groaners! It's been another quiet and humid week at Groan's own headquarters as we roll in to episode 141. Summer should be here, so why don't some of you tell us where you're going on vacation this year? Also, happy Independence Day to our American Groaners across the pond. Let the fireworks fly, guys, and we will do what we can to make parts of the show about your special day. It's games, fun, and fact-packed this week, with the items you know us for coming groany and loud in your ears. Admin Nicole has a few more stories to go for us before the tale of Team Valencia is finished. I wonder what is up Nicole's sleeve for the next one. She's also pulled some Independence Day facts hot and ready for this episode. And just to clarify there, this isn't the last story for Valencia and the rest of them this week. That's going to come in a few episodes' time. Now, for groans, I'll start us off, groaners. My groans, here it is. People who try to eat quiet in cinemas. This doesn't work. All you end up doing is making everything flaming louder. It's like sneaking into the kitchen at 3 AM when it's late in the morning, and everything goes up by a gazillion decibels, and then the whole house hears you. Food getting stuck in your teeth. This is a pain. A monumental pain in the proverbial bum. Floss and toothpicks cannot seem to get at what is stuck in your teeth, so it's stuck there, be it a bit of meat, or something that your tongue can feel it and you can't get it out. It drives me daft. No matter how much brushing I do, it doesn't dislodge. However, I go to bed, next morning, it's gone. Who? How? Where? Where did it go? After all that effort, where? Humid weather build-up. So it's been pretty humid in England, in my area last few days. We get rain, but no thunderstorms to really push the humidity away. My body cannot take it. Thank heavens my new fan kicks ass, otherwise the heat would end me. Would you please give us a decent thunderstorm to clear the heavens of humidity? Please. I lit the fire paper there to cook those groans alongside the Independence Day turkey legs, groaners. Nom nom nom. I mentioned facts before, so Admin Nicole, fact us up with Independence Day fact number 1, please. The first organised Independence Day celebrations took place in Philadelphia and Boston in 1777. In Philadelphia, the festivities included fireworks and bell ringing. In honour of the 13 colonies, a fleet of ships fired 13 cannon salutes, and a cannon was fired from each of the 13 galleys. In Boston, the day was celebrated with fireworks and shells fired over the city's commons. Now that's how you do a celebration. See, fireworks aren't just for bonfire night, groaners. More from Nicole later, and bonfire night is not our British Independence Day. It's something totally different. We've been there before. Let us have a game now with, don't quote me on that, yes, it's the movie one. Remember what the special is about. That's all I'm going to say about these movies. Round 1.
Can there be a peace between us?
The film was released in 1996 and has a star-studded cast including Bill Pullman, Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum. It holds the record for most miniature model work in one movie. The blockbuster was filmed in just 72 days. Groaners listen along live, hand in your guesses please. Now, those at home, you could have yelled anywhere you liked. I'm going to wait for me to say the facts. We have guesses coming in. We have got Men in Black. Okay, right, Men in Black. Good. I would say good guess, but I'm shocked. Independence Days came up. Independence Day Resurgence. We've got Mars Attacks. Are some people just, taking the mick here? Have we got anyone from America listening in right now? Have we? No? Okay. This could be quite awkward, groaners. Maybe, maybe not. Any more? Nope. Moving on, round number 2.
Before this war's over, I'm going to kill you.
Why wait?
Mel Gibson and Heath Ledger star in this film where Heath did all of his own stunts. Over 1,200 military outfits were made for the movie. Actual amputees were cast to play soldiers who had their limbs blown off. That's kind of like how they use amputees in Dawn of the Dead remake as well. Pretty good. Anyway, Groaners Live. Answers please. Those at home, again, same as before, you could have yelled out anywhere. Guesses now. And I've just been hit. Everyone's saying the Patriot. Okay. Righto then. Oh, couple of Bravehearts there as well. Righto. Moving on. Any more? Any more at all? No. Okay. Round 3.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
Disney paid $75 million for the rights to distribute the musical. This is said to be the largest sum for a film acquisition in 2020. The musical, however, was made in 2016 for $10 million and was recorded live at the time. So it took them quite a long time to get the movie released. The musical is about one of the founding fathers and his friendship with the first Secretary of the Treasury that took 6 years to write. There are 46 musical numbers in the performance. Go Groaners Live. Answers please. Those at home, again, you could have yelled out anywhere. I've got guesses coming in of Les Miserables. I think you're getting confused with France, but okay. Someone's wrote "Oh Canada." Yeah, okay, we'll get some Mickey tickets in this episode. All right, okay. And we've got some guesses in saying Hamilton. Okay. Any more? No? Right over then. The answers will come later, Groaners, because now the question must be asked, which of course is why oh why. People online ask me today how I'm celebrating Independence Day. I'm not. The Americans beat us, so it's their day, not mine, since I'm British. In Britain. I think some people out there need to relearn geography and history, confusing British and American celebrations. I have to ask, why oh why? Oh, one Lucky is up now, sticking with the theme. Britain way back in 1776. We Brits were crushed in a massive defeat once the Battle for Independence was done, and that cost us influence and territory. Independence Day is always a reminder to Britain about what could have been had we won. But c'est la vie, as they say, and definitely oh unlucky for the British troops at the time. Another oh unlucky is me, because although I did get messages from American friends online, I clean forgot because we don't celebrate Independence Day. I forgot all about it put on the show. And after I left work today, I had to scrap the previous script and rework it for America's special day. Whoops. Now I smell another fact now with Admin Nicole's Independence Day fact number 2. Fireworks have been a part of the 4th of July festivities since the first organised celebrations in 1777. Modern fireworks often feature red, white and blue colours, but those of the earliest celebrations were actually orange. It was not until the early 19th century that more colours became widely available with the addition of metals such as barium and strontium. From facts, we grown up again with the audience groan. Your audience groaner this week was Sandra from Milton Keynes, who sent it in via Facebook message. When family assume you've got no plans and just start doing things without your knowledge. We work, you don't. They plan to be picked up where and when and to expect it without consulting with us. Communication is key. We may have our plans ourselves. We work, like I said. If I could pick my sisters-in-law, I would. Wow, seems to expect you to be free when they are. That's not really fair, but a hell of a groan, Sandra. Now, if you want to take part in the show like Sandra did, you got any groan tent you want to hand in there, ideas, feedback, anything at all, you can send it in via one of the following. You can shoot us off an email, like a firework, to thegroanzonepod@gmail.com. You can hit up Admin Nicole on Facebook Messenger under Nicole Amos, or myself under Mystery Groaner. You can join in Facebook groups under the Groan Zone Podcast Facebook group. You can join us live, usually on a Friday, Greenwich Mean Time, 8:30, on the Discord channel of the Groan Zone. Lastly, you can drop a comment on any of the formats, any of the platforms you listen on, and it'll be picked up, and then we'll put the comment in the show. Game time again, Groaners, now, with Talking Nonsense. Round 1. Whilst born in a British colony, he fought against us in the battle for American independence. Your nonsense is... Pause here, groaners. Have a little think. Answer, then unpause. Round 2. Americans have massive cookouts on Independence Day, and your nonsense is 2 of their most popular desserts, which are Yapa and Zoms. Pause here, groaners. Have a little think. Answer, then unpause. Round 3, final round. This position of power in America didn't exist until 13 years after the Battle for Independence. Your nonsense is... Pause here, groaners. Have a little think. Answer, then unpause. The answers are coming soon, groaners. Nicole, however, takes it away again with Creepy Corner. Your story for episode 141 is Almost Last One Left. This was the very meaning of war. You reach a point where you question why you're still fighting, yet you know you can't give up. The second you quit, everything is over and you lose your only chance of saving what remains. That's what this was now. The old man and his wife are both gone, the primer of life is dead, Dr. Quack and Lionel now stuck in some sort of eternal purgatory. All that stands now are them against the fates, the very beings who set out so very long ago to destroy this world purely for not feeling needed anymore. The void they created stopped anyone from leaving, and as Vega had warned them, this was no ordinary void. This was not darkness, nor was it even death. The fates no longer that kind or merciful. One step, or even a touch in this void that now surrounded them, meant absolute zero. To put it in simpler terms, it would wipe them out of existence. Something none of them could afford, especially Valencia. If she's destroyed, their world has no hope of being restored, let alone born anew. The Primal of Light wanted to prove himself. He wanted to show that he could help, even if it was only for the selfish reasoning of wanting to protect Viola. She was the first person to ever understand him, let alone treat him with any kindness. That was not something he was willing to lose. She'd become his reason for living, which also meant she'd become the one thing he was willing to die for. He could put up a barrier around the void, but to make one so large, he would need to hold it in place. This would make him vulnerable to attacks. Grimm told him to do it and hold it as long as he could before he turned to Valencia looking hopeful. You read the books in the library, right? The ones I told you to read? Greek mythology, our stories, the fate stories, you read them all, right? He said. Valencia turned her head away slightly to avoid his gaze. Grimm knew what that meant. I told you they were important. You were a last resort. I told you to read them. You have to know your enemy to defeat them. I hoped you would figure it out, he said. I started to read them, but I was bored. I'm sorry, but the books made no sense. They held such a position in the world, and the world moved on, and they went from being all-powerful and loving and caring to just selfish, entitled brats. I got confused and bored, and then I moved on. I did, however, read all your books on astrology, though, so not a total loss, she replied. Grimm shook his head, but he wasn't surprised. He had a feeling she wouldn't read them as he asked. Then one of the fates showed herself. One brown eye, one green. Seemed they must have stolen eyes from quite a few people over the years to keep themselves going. Yet how do you defeat something that can see your every move before you even make it? Damien stayed his grip on his scythe, ready to attack as Viola stayed close to the Primal of Light. Then another of the fates showed itself from behind them. In some ways, it was surrounded, but in times like these, it was to their advantage that they were so bad at making plans. You can't predict what no one knows after all. A lesson they never understood after all their time together was that their greatest strength was in their unpredictability. They were chaotic, they were messy, but that's how they survived so long. One unpredictable action led to another, and in doing so they would win over and over. The question was, could they win now? Grimm had a plan, a rather chaotic plan, one that had never been tried before, but he'd always wanted to. The Fates' power stems from their foresight. Outside of that, they aren't that powerful. They've survived so long because they didn't need to lift a finger. Simply corrupt the minds of man and let them do all the work. They thought that being the immortal gods they were, that they were untouchable. In some ways this was true, but they didn't know about the secret trade-off for death. One secret passed down from every person who gets to become death itself. This is where the true blessing in disguise comes from. Damien we're going to do something that's equal parts stupid, chaotic and fun. You're not going to like it one bit, but it's not our job to end this war. It's your wife's. So let's do our jobs. Valencia, I'm not sure how well this will work, so I'm sorry if we fail. You don't have to worry though, death is eternal and can never die. But what we're about to do will probably destroy us. A new death will come along in time for the new world. You'll do great, I know you will. In my final request, all I ask is that I get to be with my brother in the new world. Not just talking to the sky up above either. I wish to be with my brother, Grim said. I don't know where this is going, but if we're making final requests, then I wish to be with you. I know you'll lose your form and go back to being a star. I know Vega will no doubt become one with the moon, and the two of you will be watching over the new world together. All I want is to become a star and stay by your side. Let me be with you when the new world comes. Please let me spend eternity with the one I love, Damien said. With that, Grim grabbed hold of Damien and whispered something in his ear that caused all cut to drain from him. Grim was right. Damien hates his plan and wants no part of it, but to make destroying the world easier, he would do it. To end a broken world and restart, he would do this. The chaos and the broken thoughts made things difficult to read. The Fates couldn't predict what to do. Their plan was failing. Was this something they could have predicted? Was this always to be their end, or did they see a different path where they win? Grim and Damien stood in the centre of this small room, standing back to back, holding their scythes high. They both took a deep breath, ready to end things, before they began to shout in unison, "In the name of death, we create this plague!" With that, they both shattered their scythes, and in an instant, they became dust, and the primal of life couldn't hold the barrier any longer. Both of the Fates began to scream in pain, but before anyone could react, Valencia screamed herself, as one of the Fates lunged from behind to slice off her wings, but not before Viola got a hold of her, sending them both into the void. In what seemed like mere moments, Valencia had lost her uncle, her husband, and her sister. Perhaps she truly was destined to be alone through all this. Yet it wasn't over. She couldn't afford to feel more pain. Not right now. She had to believe this was temporary. This is definitely getting nuts now, Nicole. So we've lost Grim, Damien, Viola, and the Primal of Light? Who will look after the souls and sands? Was this all maybe a dream or a nightmare? Is the end coming for the story arc, Groaners? When's it going to happen? I don't know. Only Nicole has the answer. But moving along from creepy, we've had enough of creepy this week. We have zeros of the week now. No, I'm not going to say America for getting its independence. That would be childish. Our zeros this week are actually seagulls. Because everyone knows I love seagulls. Political figures in Scotland have called for a summit to discuss the seagull problem. In case you didn't know, seagulls are a major problem, not just for Scotland, and they're actually a protected species. Children have also been attacked by seagulls. I swear, it's like something out of Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. Problem seagulls need to be addressed. Not kill them unless they're attacking a child, etc. Get them warned off and deter them from coming inland. They're called seagulls for a reason. And also, find any daft sod willing enough to feed them too. You are part of the problem. Seagulls, do one. Eternal zeros for sure. Now, Groaners, we come to almost the last game of the episode. It's Give Me the Question. You know this one. I give the answers. You give me the question or what you think is the right question. Round 1. Your answer is Virginia. Your questions are A. Where did the battle for independence end? B. What was the surname of Washington's second in command? Or C. Which state saw no conflict during the American Revolutionary War? Go Groaners Live. Answers please. Those at home, have a little think. Answer, then unpause. We have a split. We have A's and C's coming in. Okay, any more? Just a few more A's. Oh, there's a B as well. Alright. Any more? Nope. Moving on, round number 2. Your answer is anchovies. Your questions are A. What tiny fish is prized for adding salty flavour to some American dishes on Independence Day? B. What is one of the most hated foods for Independence Day food spreads? Or C. What was introduced to Independence Day meals in 1967 due to a salt shortage? Go Groaners Live. Answers please. I should say questions please. I really should. I do this every time. Questions please. Groaners at home, you know what to do. We have B's flying in across the board. We've got no anchovy lovers in. That's like tonight. None at all. And a C there. Okay, any more? Nope, just a couple more C's and a B. Round 3. Your answer is Britain. Your questions are A. Who started the American Revolutionary War? B. Who almost won after a shortage of American soldiers? Or C. Who still owns some states in America today? Go Groaners Live, give me your questions please. Groaners at home, have a pause, have a think, then unpause. And we have a split between A and B. Okay, any more? Nope. Taking us around another corner. Oh, I should say before I do that, game answers coming really soon, Groaners. Taking us around another corner is the final fact from Admin Nicole for the episode. The Continental Congress had voted in favour of independence from Great Britain on July 2nd, but did not actually complete the process of revising the Declaration of Independence, originally drafted by Thomas Jefferson in consultation with fellow committee members John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Roger Sherman and William Livingston until 2 days later. The celebration of the Declaration's completion was initially modelled on that of the British King's birthday, which had been marked annually by bell ringing, bonfires, solemn processions and oratory. And that final fact can only lead us on to the game answers. From last week, what the hell are we? The answer was Fraggles, but I would have accepted Fraggle Rock. Talking nonsense. Round 1, your nonsense was George Washington. Round 2, your nonsense was apple pie and s'mores. And round 3, your nonsense was the president. Well done if you managed to ungarble that gibberish. Give me the question. Round 1, your answer was Virginia. Your correct question was A. Where did the battle for independence end? Round 2, your answer was anchovies. Your correct question was B. Because of course, no one in the right mind should like anchovies. Blech. And round 3, your answer was Britain. Your correct question was A. Because of course, we started by heavily taxing and amongst other things, causing a revolution. Well done, Britain. You managed to upset the Americans way back when and have a battle. Well done, Britain of old. And lastly, don't quote me on that. For round 1, your movie was Independence Day. For round 2, your movie was The Patriot. And for round 3, it was the musical Hamilton. Well done if you scored points in any of the games. Taking us out is something to ponder on with Admin Nicole's Anagram anxiety. The anagram? Giant working street, partly underneath. I just like the way that sounds. Nicole, I don't know how you do these. Clue, an important part of American history. That'll get you thinking, Groaners, until next week. Enjoy the festivities, American Groaners. You've earned it. See you next week. Take care. Bye-bye. The musical is about one of the I can't do this bit. In what seemed like mere moments, Valencia had now lost. Great.